Ruby is in heat and has been quite annoyingly persistent in looking for a fellow puppy maker. Even Grandma Lacey is not safe. What a great timing to briefly talk about heat cycles in whippets, which hopefully will be helpful if you have a female and you want to know what to expect.
Denied.
Or if you want to watch a video of me roasting my dogs. It will include footage of female whippets doing unspeakable things under the influence of a hormonal hurricane, so I hope I won't get demonetized. And I also want to announce that we are expecting invisible puppies. If you have any special wishes, you can let me know in the comments. I've already ordered a purple brindle pup. In case you haven't clicked away from this madness yet, hi there! I'm Adi and I've had whippets for 15 years. I'm currently owned by 8 of them and I make breed-specific videos to help existing and future whippet owners. If that's your type of content or you want to learn more about the breed, you can subscribe and join our growing whippet family. By the way, we have 10% off on all colors until the end of February, link in the description. Before we get started, I want to make clear this will not be a guide on when and how to breed your dog. I am against the meaningless production of puppies and I only support breeding when it's done by ethical, responsible breeders who do it selectively with a goal and a purpose after health testing and proving their dogs. Now that we got this out of the way, unspayed female whippets will go into heat, just like every normal, healthy female dog. Just that they're known to have their first heat late, unlike the usual 6 to 7 months of age you've probably heard of. If you have a young female or a puppy, in most cases you won't have to worry about it until they're at least 1 year old. Some of my girls had their first heat at 16 months of age, but also at 2+ years old. My record breakers for earliest are Ruby, Ivy, and just now Eris at 13 months, and for latest, Jamie at 2 years and 3 months. There is no way to predict a specific timing, and knowing at what age your dog's mom had her first heat is not always a very helpful indication. For example, Bailey, who is Jamie, Ivy and Ruby's mom, had hers at 2 years. Then it will again be very individual when to expect the next one. For Ruby and Ivy, it used to be every 7 months. In the last year and a bit, it's every 9 months for both. Jamie only once a year, just like her grandma. Skylar around every 8 months. The first obvious signs are usually random drops of blood you will find around your house, on the floors, and sometimes even on furniture. We have a few girls here, so if I doubt who it might be, I also do a paper towel check. Some are difficult to detect until day 3 or 4, as my other dogs clean after them, or they themselves make sure no evidence is left, like Skylar. She's so clean to the point that we almost miss her heat cycles altogether. If you're worried they will stain your furniture or floors, you can get dog heat pants. We no longer use them here. The whippets go in and out of the house as they please, and that means we need one person who is on watch all day to take them off every time a girl whippet goes out and put them on once she's back in. If we miss or forget and they do their business next time they go out, well, you can guess what happens. Eventually, it's just easier to just do the laundry once their heat cycle has ended. Plus, they're all very clean. The duration of the whole heat and its stages may vary not only from female to female, but also from heat to heat. In general, it can take anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. The first stage of the heat, also known as proestrus, is when they show signs such as drops of blood, but are not yet ready to breed. Some females become moody and irritable. Even though they won't be ready to potentially mate, they will attract male dogs at this point. I'd recommend you don't walk them in public places, let alone areas where dogs are loose. This can be frustrating to everyone, your female, random male dogs and their owners. It's also unsafe and can result into an unwanted, irresponsible pregnancy. The second stage is estrus. This is when they will allow mating, and you will also notice the blood droplets they leave are very pale. Some females don't change their behavior much and act normal. Others, like my Ruby and Ivy, will be left with a single brain cell that's controlled by hormones and will make their problem, aka lack of boyfriend, everyone else's problem. And if they're both in heat, well, that means never-ending CrossFit day and night. Even if no one else shares their hormones, some of my other girls will flush their brain cells down the toilet under the influence of this Valentine's Day effect. Weirdly enough, they don't bother Brady and Cooper, but they flag at the other girls instead. And I thought Brady was annoying when he was intact, the poor boy, with all his whining and begging the girls. And I truly believed once he lost his most precious, we'd never wake up to hormonal crying ever again. Reality punched me in the face. The girls are so dedicated, they also whine on each other's heads. Eris became a victim of Ivy's lack of brain at 8 months of age. She still can't completely understand this game, but she plays along. Needless to say that during this period they're not leaving the house. And once this is over, which takes my girls 3 to 7 days, they're granted their rational minds back, like nothing ever happened. But in the meantime, they focus on strength training and particularly on working their abs. I now wonder how Eris will behave, and something tells me the stupid ideas her older sisters planted in her head can't be undone. The other day, she surprised me with the sad fact she is officially no longer a puppy, so we will find out soon enough. I would advise you restrict playtime, with other intact males especially, for at least 4 weeks after you've seen the first drop of blood, just to be safe and to avoid unwanted interactions and frustrated dogs and people. That's because they will still smell exciting even shortly after everything has finished. But also some females are hard to read, unless you track their ovulation with blood tests, for example, and I'm sure you wouldn't want an oops litter. Of course, there is a lot more to talk about on this topic, including the last 2 stages, as well as abnormal heats such as silent heat or split heat. But I don't want to be too scientific and bore you. However, if there is a high demand on a more extended and serious video on this, I'll make your wishes come true. Still, I hope you learned something or at least had a laugh. If you are in shock or weirded out, I completely understand. I wish you a lovely weekend and a fantastic week afterwards, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye bye!